Hey, I'm Cassandra, and I'm gonna tell you about my love affair with pinball while I play some pinball. You get to watch because I think it's a cool story, and I hope you enjoy it. The first pinball machine that I ever played was probably it was a pizza parlor in Ontario, Oregon, in the 80s, and I was tiny, and my dad put me on his bar stool next to him and let me watch while he played, let me play my own a couple of times, to which I promptly just hit the flappers a lot and watched the ball fly down the middle. But it was glorious and beautiful and full of blinky lights and tactile buttons. Scrambly noises feed into the ADD very well. All of the glories that come with pinball, and we're always very loud and full of loud music and people full of merriment. There wasn't a lot of sad pizza parties. They were always in places that were full of happiness and joy. I don't remember much. It was time spent with my dad, which was important, and I was really little. I barely remember it. I remember more about the seat, the bar stool, than the table. So I remember the T2 table, the Terminator 2 table. I think that was at the local bowling alley. I remember the Elvira table, but that was just, you know, because the giant boobies. Like, how does one not remember walking into an arcade and having Elvira boobies staring straight at you? Yeah, I don't remember anything other than the backsplash. I couldn't have been more than like 7, 8 years old. Elvira boobies. They got a few tables, but I don't remember them. I remember them when I play them like here on recreations, like, oh, I remember I played this table, or at least I saw that table. I didn't always get to play them. I always eyeballed them from afar. I do remember, I bet I could still like kick a whole lot of ass at the Windows 95 video pinball. I played that a lot. Played it a lot because I grew up in the middle of nowhere and there wasn't a lot to do, so I'm still pretty sure that I can get a high score on the Windows 95 video pinball because I spent many hours playing that as I'd say teenager. At 95, I was a teenager. I was a teenager in 95. I was in high school. I'm old. Better, but old. I played a lot of video pinball because genuinely I had nothing else to do. There was nothing else to do. I lived amongst pastures. So we got a computer around 96, and I discovered that I could do IRC and I could play video pinball. So yeah, video pinball. I played hours of video pinball. Hours of that game, and I didn't learn anything from it. It was just a push the buttons and make it go kind of. And I don't remember playing a lot of video pinball elsewhere. I didn't pick up Sonic Spinball. Like, I think I rented it because I'm old and you could rent cartridges from your local video store. And ours was so old school, our local video store was actually inside a furniture store. And I don't remember picking anything up until Pinball Arcade by Farsight Studio. That's who made it. I picked it up on the iPad years ago, and it was really the first time that I had played a obviously story-driven table in an environment that wasn't a bar or a bowling alley with hundreds of people, drunk people screaming at the top of their lungs and music that is extraordinarily too loud. And I started to, Seriously, that was right down the middle. Oh. I started to be able to hear that they had, on these classic tables, audio cues of how to move forward in the air quotes story of the table. What you were supposed to do based on what the terrible voiceover told you, as well as what was going on in the dot matrix. The problem with the dot matrix is, even on video pinball, with it huge and taking up part of your screen, you can't really look. You can't read long descriptions in there. You can't give me more than like a sentence. I just die, and that's not nice of you. But I started listening to the audio cues, and they're all so brilliantly done if you just pay attention. Oh sound. The Pinball, the newest one that I played, Pinball FX2, on the machine that shall not be named, is great with its fully use, and especially on its licensed tables. I've been enjoying the adult cartoon lineup. The pack, it has Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, Archer, and American Dad. I play these tables incessantly. Luckily, all of the lines are good, and my wonderful husband hasn't gotten sick of listening to them over and over. They're well done. The Portal and Plants vs. Zombies tables are excellent for fun noises and things. I seem to be getting the best of the American Dad table. I enjoy it a lot. I think it's fun. And it's a complex table. Once I figured out that tables had stories, I knew that I now had a thing to learn. I had a thing to learn about every table I had ever seen, I'd ever played, or assumed I had known. There was this story thing back in the back end that I didn't even know existed. It was quite eye-opening as far as this thing that I had always loved but never quite understood, apparently. And I don't feel like I missed out because I didn't understand it before then. I just had a new appreciation for it. And once I learned that, it became the thing I had to do with every table. I had to figure out what combination of ramps and holes and bumpers and things that I needed to hit to get up to the end game. And there was an end game to pinball, and I was so amazed that there could be an end game to pinball. The first time I saw it on the Arabian Nights table, I almost lost myself. I was just, oh my god, and of course I was lying in bed trying to getting ready to go to sleep. But I had just like accomplished this thing that I didn't even know I could do. And it was so exhilarating. It was so awesome to have that moment of, oh my god, you can win a pinball table, and I just did it. It was the most amazing thing. It was a happy moment for me. I wonder if I still have that saved somewhere. That app, I got really good at that Monster Madness table. Like, I got really good at that one. I finished that one several times. I had that one on lockdown. It was so funny too. It was a very animated table, and so I played the crap out of that. But it was really good at kind of showing how, if you listen for the sounds, it would lead you in a way to get all the letters, the name of the table lit up. The sounds in that game were a very good, oh gosh darn it, were a very good reinforcement. The voice on the table will actually tell you where you're going and why. There was a lot of time, that's why the table had gone dark, was because I was actually doing a mission.
Yes, we all knew it would end up like this.
I gotta get better with that tilt thing, baby. So, you know, the table went dark. Oh, I must have pushed a button somewhere, but it was just, to me, more ways of getting points. It didn't seem like a thing that you could make any kind of story out of. It changed the replayability of pinball for me. Yeah, it takes a long time to get good enough at just the mere rhythm of a table to be able to pull everything off it takes to get to the end within 3 balls plus any extras. And the Pinball FX, it just takes it to a whole new level. It's even more animated and brightly colored, and you get to do things that you know aren't really possible on a real table, but it doesn't seem unfeasible in its context.
Surprise!
Oh, it still feels like pinball without feeling uber realistic. It's got infinite replayability because even in its video form, it's subject to the world of physics and rules, and it's never 100% predictable. You can know pretty much where you're going to be, where the ball's going to be, but you're never 100% certain. Damn you, Roger, why must you be so hilarious? Those two, like, fighting on my screen is, like, terribly distracting. There's so much to discover about every one of these tables. American Dad is a lot of letters to fill in. I don't think I've ever gotten more than 4, and I've spent a lot of time at this table, and I'm not the best on my friends list by any means. I'm not terrible. I'm not terrible at this. I can do it. Not that I can and talk, but, you know, what are you gonna do? I think everybody should be playing more pinball, is what I'm saying. You've got a few minutes. It's good for the dexterity. It's terrible on controllers. It's really hard on controllers. Not even gonna lie. I have actually played pinball to the point of coming away with sore arms the next day. Why do my forearms hurt so much? Oh my god, do you think it's because I played pinball for 4 hours? Maybe, like, maybe. I still count being successful by being able to afford to buy a pinball table. When my home has a pinball table in it, I win. That's when I win at life. Because it's all like, I just want a room with a pinball table. Some people want a Lamborghini. I want a pinball table. For lamb. Let me finish this ball. Then I will come up with a wrap-up. Oh, damn it! I was up there! Oh my god, I was up there! Oh, damn it. Damn it.